If you want to create beautiful, juicy figures of 8, then keep watching. In this video, I'm going to be starting off by quickly going over the basic technique for creating a beautiful upwards figure of 8. Then I'm going to show you some variations that will make it beautifully juicy. Yeah, to look wonderful and to feel wonderful and to work this waistline as well. And then I'll show you my favorite drill for working on your figures of 8 and creating beautiful, beautiful moves with fluidity and sensuality. And do, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get my videos every week. Let's get going. If we very quickly look at the absolute basics of a figure of 8, what you're doing is pushing the hip out a little bit, lifting it up and bringing it in, and that heel comes up as well. There's another version where you keep the heels down, but today we're going to be looking at the one where we lift the heels up. Yeah? And when you're starting out, a couple of tips for you. One is keep your feet a little bit wider apart than you might think that you need to. And I find that that really helps when you're beginning to do this move, because it gives you enough space for those hips to come up and in, because this is quite a big sort of challenge that we're doing, to lift that hip up, squeeze in the obliques and bring the hip in, bring it up and in. If you have your feet too close together, it can be quite hard. Yeah? So keep those feet a little bit wider apart. Now, as you become better at this, you can bring the feet in a little bit closer, and we will be in a second. But at first, think in terms of pushing the hip out, lifting the hip up, engaging the waistline here, the obliques, yeah? Bring it in and down. Okay, push this hip out, up, in and down, up, in and down, up, in and down. Now, the other thing to watch out for is keep an eye on your feet, although I normally don't say look down at your feet when you're doing something. While you're learning this, particularly if you have trouble with this move, check down with your feet and make sure that they're not coming in closer. This tends to happen. If I go back so you can definitely see my feet. Yeah, I see this happening quite a lot, is the heels come in like this, your feet end up being really close, and then you get stuck. Yeah, so just make sure that those toes keep pointing straight ahead. Yeah, and you're going out, up, in, and up, in. So you're shifting weight. Can you see how my weight shifts out to one side? I come up and I come in. The weight is now over the other side. I come up and in and up and in. Can you also see how my upper body is staying pretty much in the center? It's not kind of going over too much from one side to the other. And the other thing is that my upper body isn't twisting. Yeah? So I'm trying to keep my shoulders level, and it's just all happening down here. Now, you'll really feel these oblique muscles working. One of the things I would say is if you're more of an apple shape, or you're a chap, a man, this will be a little bit harder because your pelvis will be more narrow than mine is, for example. Yeah? I'm a classic pear shape, so I've got big hips. And that means that it's easier for me to do this move. So if you find it quite difficult and you are an apple shape, just be aware of the fact it's just an anatomy thing and it will just be a little bit harder. So have your feet a little bit wider, yeah, so that you can do that. And you're just going to need to work these muscles here, this oblique muscle here, to pull that hip up and pull that hip up. So if we now go on to the next level, so how to create a really juicy move. Yeah? One of the things is to really concentrate on all these muscles that we have around here. So the muscles that we have are our oblique muscles, yeah, the abdominis oblique muscles, and also a great muscle called the psoas. This is a really important muscle in belly dancing. It actually is inside the pelvis, and you'll feel kind of a bit of a groove here, yeah? Sort of where you've got the swell of your belly, and then you normally have a bit of a groove here. Even if we carry excess weight, there's normally a nice groove in here. And also you should be able to feel it inside anyway. If you just put your hands here, bend your knees a little bit, tuck your tail in underneath. You should feel that muscle engage, and that is your psoas muscle. You can think of it being almost like a zip that zips up, or a zipper. Yeah? And these two muscles, we're going to really engage with our upwards eights to create beautiful, juicy moves. First thing I'm going to suggest that you do is you have your feet a little bit closer together if you want to. And you're going to come up, and then we're going to bend the knees as that hip comes down. So you're going to come up and bend, up and bend, up and bend, up. And it just creates a little bit extra juiciness. I'm also really working this muscle in here and down here, yeah? When I say working them, I'm feeling, I actually put my mind, my thoughts into these muscles. And I think if we do that, if we actually put our mind into a particular place or our thoughts into a particular place of our body, we become aware, and awareness is the first step in, or a really important step in actually making something work even better, yeah? So I'm just thinking about this muscle here coming in and this muscle in. So I'm actively working these muscles to create extra juicy. The other thing that we can do, and I love doing this, and I'm going to give you a drill in a minute to really work this great move, one of my favorite moves. It's an upwards and a forwards. So you're going to actually add in a twist. And that creates even more juiciness if we have a twist and a plie. Twist, plie, twist, plie, twist. We're now getting into more advanced moves. So if you're a beginner or a new intermediate, then just work on getting that upwards eight working first of all. And then when you're ready, try and do these extra moves. Yeah, so make sure you bookmark and save this video, so as you improve, you can just keep improving and developing on this beautiful, beautiful move. And of course, do pop any questions or any comments in the comments box below, and I always respond, yeah? So, yeah, any questions you have, anything you would like me to teach in the future, just let me know. So the next thing is to add in a little bit of extra muscle control and release to create even more juiciness around the belly. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about this oblique muscle here and the psoas as I come up and forward. So I'm engaging them, and then I'm going to release. Let the belly go out of it. I'm coming up, in, release. Up, in, release. So as I do that plie, that little knee bend, I release my belly, make it lovely and soft. I engage these muscles, make them soft. Engage them, make them soft. Engage them, make them soft. Up, release, up, release. This is my favorite drill for creating upwards and forwards figures of eight, and then we're going to actually extend it a little bit, create something that I call a Kenya. We're going to start off with a forwards figure of eight, yeah? So that's a move that we're all very familiar with. This is a horizontal forwards figure of eight. With then, when the hip, this right hip is at the back, I'm going to lift my heel and I'm going to twist my hip forward and bring it down. So I'm just kind of like extending the movement, as it were, or just adding a movement to it. So I had my forwards and I'm now lifting and forward, lift and forward, lift and forward, lift and forward. Now we're going to go one step further. We're going to come up, forward, release. Can you see how I'm just releasing that foot? I'm going to put this foot dip back down again, and the other hip is going to come up, forward, release. Up, forward, release, up, forward, kick. Up, forward, kick. And this is just a very relaxed kick that's just going across. Can you see how it just goes across the front? Up, forward, kick. Up, forward, kick. Up, forward, kick. Yeah? So we've got a forward figure of eight. and then an up forward, and up forward, and up forward, and an up forward. Then an up forward kick, up forward kick, up forward kick, up forward kick. Yeah? Then we're going to take this foot, we're going to step out and step on it. Then this foot, the other foot is going to come across, it's going to go out to the side, and I'm going to step on it. My body turns to face that foot. Comes across, out, and step. Yeah? Out, across, and step. As I take that step, I'm going to release the tummy. As the foot comes in, I'm going to pull it in, and I'm going to release it. Pull in, release. Pull in, release. Pull in, release. Yeah? That last move we call a Kenya. I think it's a move that is really is mainly used in England, and it comes from somebody who used to teach, in the 1980s actually, a woman called Soraya Halal, and she created that move and called it the Kenya. And it's a lovely juicy move. So let's do the whole drill. We're going forward and forward and forward and forward. Hip comes up, forward, up, forward, up, forward, up, forward. Then up, forward, kick, up, forward, kick, up, forward, kick, up, forward, kick. Then this left foot is going to step out and step out and step out and step out. This right hip is back at the moment, so we can now turn it into a forward figure of 8 again. And a forward, and a forward, forward. Then up, forward, up, forward, up, forward, up, forward, up, forward, kick, up, forward, kick, up, forward, kick, up, forward. And step it out, step it out, step it out, step it out. Okay, so I've got my feet fairly wide apart, toes forward, to do our forwards figures of 8. And let's go. Right hip comes forward. 2, 3, 4. Let's lift that hip up, forward. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go up, kick, up, kick, up, kick, up. Then step it out into a Kenya. Let's go back to our forward figure of 8. And getting a good old twist going on. And lift, hip, lift, forward, lift, forward, lift, forward, lift, release, lift, release, lift. And step it out, step it out, step it out, step. Again, forward, 2, 3, 4, then lift, 2. Let's add some arms, shall we? Up, 2, 3, 4, step it out, 2, 3, 4, going forward, 2, 3, 4, then up, in, up, in, up, in, up, in, release, lifting the arms. Step it out, lift the arms again. And going forward, hands under the chin, down, here, then up, forward, up, forward, up, forward, up, kick, up, kick, up, kick, up, and step it out, release, pull in, release, last time. Step it out. And I'll do it facing the front for you. Okay, let's start off and here we go. Forward, 2, 3, 4, and and up, 4, 2, 3, 4, up, release, release, and step it out, relax, pull in, again, forward, forward, forward. I hope you enjoyed that and I hope you found it useful. Do use that drill. It's great for getting those muscles really, really working and creating lovely fluid movements as well. And do, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get my videos every week. And check out the links I've got below as well. I've got loads going on and I'd love to invite you to join my membership community. So check out the links below and I'll see you soon.